how to rescue a suspended Amazon listing in 2021. If you're an Amazon seller and you got one of your listings shut down, then you're going to want to keep watching this video because John and I are going to be giving you some tips on how to reclaim and rescue your listing. I know it's very stressful when a listing goes down, so keep watching. Hopefully we'll be able to deliver the goods for you in this video and be able to help you with getting that listing back up and running. So let's go ahead and jump into it, starting with introducing you to John. What's up, John?
Hey Ian, thanks for having me again. Feels like we're background brothers these days.
Yeah, it's been awesome making videos with you, man, and learning some really good stuff from you. So really appreciate it. But yeah, tell us. So you're with Seller Candy. What does Seller Candy do?
So Seller Candy, we kind of describe ourselves as the intersection between experts and assistants. And we provide a service that's like expert level assistance. So we have a portal, people log in and they just give us the outcome and our assistants deliver that outcome. So anything from merging listings, suppressions, back-end work. We work with agencies, aggregators, brands, online arbitrage sellers. Like we are the guys that shovel all of the back end of the Amazon business so they can focus on strategy and growth and all of the actual, the business side of the business, not the dealing with Amazon side of the business.
Gotcha. Yeah, it definitely can be stressful and difficult. And if you guys are watching and you like what John is talking about, give you some good advice, and you want to look into Seller Candy, then you can actually get $100 off on your first month if you mention this video, mention Ian Smith, mention Evolve Media Agency. When you sign up and you talk to anybody over at John's team, mention us and you'll save $100 on your first month subscription. So thanks again, John, for jumping on this video with me. If you guys don't know who I am, my name is Ian Smith and I run an Amazon marketing agency called Evolve Media Agency. As you can see, basically we work with a lot of Amazon sellers and we help them with ranking higher, getting more reviews, and downloading their Amazon customer data. So we help them get the names and mailing addresses of the last 30 days of their customers. Then using that information, we can target them with Facebook ads, Google ads, TikTok ads. We can create videos, do email marketing. There's a whole lot of different marketing strategies that we can do when it comes to reaching Amazon customers off Amazon. So if you're interested in any of that, then feel free to reach out, book a free consulting call with me by going to evolvemedia.agency. All right, so let's go ahead now and jump into the whole reason you came here, the how to rescue an Amazon listing when it's been suspended in 2021. So John, before we jump into just that, you were telling me earlier like this really crazy way that you helped a seller rescue their listing. Can you walk us through like what happened there?
Sure, yeah. So we've had people come to us with different issues. And some of them come with suspended listings or some come just because they want to, somebody to support with their business. But a particular lady who was in the middle of selling her business came to us and said, basically, like, I had an aggregator 5 days away from buying my business, and then my listing got suspended 6 weeks ago. And the deal's going to fall through. I'm going to lose, like, I don't know how much it was, millions of dollars. And please help. So, this aggregator had been trying to save the listing for 6 weeks when we came in. There was a really complex issue, to be honest. Like they had two separate issues at the same time. And as you know, with Amazon split into all these like silos. So our team had to kind of link the silos. They had a, customer complaint issue at the same time as a brand registry issue. And those teams never chat. So we came in here, we linked them up, and we got everything back in 10 days.
Really?
And then she went on to list the business. And then again, just before the sale went through, the listing went down again. We come back in, and this time we got it back in, I think, like 48 hours because it wasn't, we already knew what it was and what happened, and we did the same thing again. And now she's a happy multimillionaire. You can check out her video on our website if you want, on the testimonial section.
Oh, nice.
It's a great testimonial.
Yeah, I would imagine, man. That's
Seller Candy made me millions of dollars.
Yeah,
the best testimonial.
That's got to be the worst time for a listing to go down, is when you're literally in the process of selling the business. Like any other time is somewhat okay, but when you're in the process of like a multi-million-dollar deal, that's tricky. So in this video, are you going to be telling us some of those tips and things that you did in order to rescue that listing?
Yeah, sure. So I can take you through our super simple process for doing it. And, the beauty is in the execution, not in how you do it. So like we can tell you exactly what we do. It's just a question of doing it consistently and actually trying to get to the bottom of it with Amazon. Because, with Amazon, it's just going forward and backward forever.
Yeah, it
if
definitely
you're
can
not
be
careful.
tricky. So yeah, well, let's jump into like what's the first tip or piece of advice that you would say?
So cool. So when something goes wrong on Amazon, there's like you have to investigate what it is. So they probably sent a performance notification, hopefully, unless your listing's just gone down. They probably said some reason, and hopefully they've given you a reason. But what you should do immediately is open up a case and ask Amazon. I know it sounds simple, but raise a case, ask why it's gone down, and at the same time you can investigate yourself. So look and see why it is. Is it a pesticide claim? Is it a trademark issue? Is it you've mentioned something on the listing? And see what the problem is. And that gives the basis of what you're going to do next.
Okay.
I'll move on to tip 2 if you want. So after you've done that, you need to kind of take action based on what you find. Most of the time, it's something on your listing. So it could be high return rate, and then you just need to write a quick appeal. And most people can do that themselves. But it could be an issue with the listing. It could be a keyword you've mentioned, and the Amazon bot has suddenly decided now that's something you can't say. You could say it yesterday, but today you can't say the word antimicrobial. But it was fine. It was fine before. So if it's something like that, what we would do is we would proactively fix the listing before we have to talk to Amazon. Because you could tell Amazon, just remove it. And they'll go around in circles for 5 days saying, we'll raise it to the right team. So what we would do is we would download the category listing report on the account. And if you want to know how to do that, you just need to raise a case to Amazon saying, please enable the category listing report. Then you can download it. We'd sanitize it. So we look through the flat file. It's basically a flat file. We'd clean it up into a new version of the product. And then we'd upload it and overwrite the previous listing. So now listing's sanitized. Listing is as Amazon asked for.
Okay.
The issue now is that it's not working because it never works. So what you do after you've done that is you then call Amazon and you say, I've done what you asked me to do, and this is the batch ID bulk upload file. So once you upload the flat file, upload the bulk file, you'll get a reference number, and you just quote that number. And you say, I've done what you asked, this is the number, please refresh the listing and push these updates through. And that's how you get there. You spend 2 hours on the phone with Amazon, you go around in circles, you get them to refresh it, and then within 24 hours, they'll say your listing will be back. And
okay.
Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and you call them again.
That was my question.
But that's the way to do it. Like that's the best process that we know to get to the bottom of it, basically.
Gotcha. I mean, the way that you say it makes it sound so simple, but I'm sure it's a much more stressful and difficult process than just that. But yeah, hopefully that actually works, and then they don't have to continue to sweat and stress. What would you say would be the next step if that doesn't work?
If that doesn't work, that's a good question. Then you need to go back to step 1 and investigate what the issue was, because you got the issue wrong.
Okay.
I mean, there's always workarounds with Amazon. So, Amazon may have burned if Amazon's really burned your listing for something, which is almost never true, it's almost always possible to get a listing back, then you could, look at starting a new SKU under the same ASIN or something like that, depending if it's a SKU-based issue or an ASIN-based issue. It can be a SKU-based issue if it's like a voice of the customer issue, like high return rate or customers really don't like your product. But in general, we can get them back. And it's always super scary the first time your listing goes down. Like anything else, the first time something happens in business, you'll need to change your trousers. Or just like, it's not, you're like, business will never be the same again. I'm going to lose all my money. Everything I built is gone. I'm dead.
So true.
And then next time you have an issue, like it becomes, you're like, well, it's going to be painful, but I'll solve it. And I feel like you've done business for a while. You get to that level after a while, don't you? Like nothing is the end of the world unless, you're in the US getting sued by the IRS or something like that. Like going to prison for tax evasion in the US is probably the worst thing that could happen.
Yeah. Prison is always the worst thing, I would say. But cool. So, I mean, how many times do you get new customers signing on to Seller Candy that are in the hot water? Like they currently have 1, 2, multiple listings that are suspended, and then you guys are jumping in and trying to sift through and sort out how to get it back for them.
Actually, to be honest, for suspended listings, like we only have maybe 1 in 15, 1 in 20 clients that come to us with an issue. Usually clients come to us, they've got a backlog of crap in their account, like stuff they've stopped following up on, stuff that they wish was in a different way, and they just want to outsource that stuff, the other things to us. I mean, a lot of our clients do end up having a suspended listing at some point, and we'll jump in and we'll fix it immediately. Maybe 1 in 10, or 1 in 5 to 1 in 10 of our clients have an issue at some point. But coming to us, really, people come because they understand the value of not having to argue with Seller Central about just getting your listings updated or merging things or creating flat files or just the day-to-day stuff, which is not just boring, but really frustrating, dealing with seller support.
Yeah, I gotcha. Well, again, guys, if you want to check out Seller Candy, learn more, it's sellercandy.com. Head over there. Again, mention Ian Smith or Evolve Media to get $100 off your first month. Thank you so much for jumping on this video with me, giving you some value. Hopefully those tips help you. I know it's extremely stressful when one of your listings go down, but be positive, be optimistic. Hopefully you can get it back by following either the simple tips that John just laid out, or maybe reach out to Seller Candy and see if they can go above and beyond and help you get your listing back up and running. But again, thank you, John, for jumping on this video with me, and thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.